I invite you all to go through this little discovery tour on actually those lubes here. Those are T1 through T4. These are Brazilian. I don't know if they're Brazilian made, but I bought them locally. And they have different viscosity. They're all for like printers and toners. I don't understand it fully. But a friend of mine from the Brazilian Discord, shout out to Supreme, he did some investigation. He bought those. He was the first one to buy it. And he draw some conclusions that don't want to disclose yet because I don't want us to be biased. So here's the game plan. What we're going to be doing. I have some regular Gatoron yellows here that we're going to lube one by one with. So we're going to do 205 G0. Sorry, my mix of 105 and 205 in one of them. We're going to, of course, leave one stock. We're going to do one for each grade of this lube. And then finally, we're going to mix those middle ground ones. And depending on the result, we're going to do a bag lubing of milky yellows with the mix that we find more appropriate, or that we like the most. Okay, so that's the game plan. All right, let's do it. So let's do it like this. Let's do stock. So grab the keyboard. We're going to do stock, and then we're going to do 205G0. Let me prepare the 205G0. All right, so let's do T1. Oh, and let me show you the how those look like. So this is T1. Let me see if I can give you a good view from this camera here. Let me see. This is really liquid. This is very thin lube. I'll show you more when I open the switch. So T1 is very thin, very liquid-like. So let me show you this. It's really hard to see, but yeah, I don't think the camera will be able to capture this, but it's really liquid. It's one of the next one up is this guy, T2. Oh, let me open the. So what you see, the difference between those is that they get thicker as the number grows. So this one doesn't run like the other one, and that's the consistency of T2. You can see it's considerably thicker than the previous one. Come on, you could focus, couldn't you? There. Okay, so now we're going with the T3. Oh, let me show you this one. It's even thicker than the other one. And I am terrible with... Oh, there we go. So now that's better. Okay, now you can see. So this is even thicker than T1. And the last one for the non-mixed one is T4. So T4 is really, really, really thick. Like, look at that. You can even distribute it properly on the bottle. Can you see how it keeps its form? Do you see how that moved around like an entity? Like, I don't know, like a monster, like a... I think I'm gonna do 2 and 3. So this one is T2 plus T3. So this is T2 plus T3. And now we're going to do T4 and T1. Make them get, how do you say homogeneous in English? I don't know. Let me open another switch. All right, so let me grab some caps, all of the same rows. If we can grab everything from this particular row here. This should be stock, which you can tell it is. This one is 205 G0 plus 105. So a lot better. This one here is T1. Oh, very good. T1 is really impressive. It's on par with the mix for me. So let's see T2. Okay, this one is not as good. Let me... I like T1 better. What do you guys think? So T1 is winning right now. It is, and it feels a little bit scratchy too, Pedro. Let's see T3. I still prefer T1, but not bad as well. Better than T2. It is stockier. And you can feel it's a little more grippy, if that's a word, than, so yeah, T1, T3. I still prefer T1. Yes, I think it could be. What we can do after is we can start rotating them. I can take this guy and put it here. We just need to remember the order. But if we do, we're going to have consistent results. So again, T1, T2, and then T3. We did T3. Now T2, T1. So T1, T2. Now T2 doesn't sound that bad. T3. And let's see T4. Yeah, T1 is definitely better than T2. Yeah, this is scratchier. Let's see T4. Definitely scratchier. Okay, in terms of scratchiness, the only one that doesn't feel scratchy at all is T1. But even G0 is a little bit scratchy. Let's see T4 again. Yeah, I can hear the scratchiness. No, this is like sand on your switch. Okay, now on to T2 plus T3. This here. This is T2 plus T3, and this is T1 plus T4. Man, this is incredible. Check this out. It is better than 205G0 in my opinion for a single switch. It's the one that feels the best. No scratchiness. Can you guys hear that? Look. I don't know if it comes through on the video. Look at this. And now look at this. There is no scratchiness. This is the best of the bunch so far, by far. Okay, so I think we're on to something with this guy. I eyeballed it, but I think it was around 50-50. When we're doing the mix properly, we're gonna do exactly 50-50 because I will be able to weigh it. All right, the last one we're gonna try is T1 plus T4, which is this last one here. Let's see. It sounds a little more plasticky than this one. This one is not scratchy, it's stocky, and it's not plasticky. This one is plasticky in my opinion. So Darth Vandal, it does. It changed. It's night and day, in my opinion. Those two are definitely the best. But what I want to do is I'm going to take those two and I'm going to put them on the first position here just to make sure that we are not biased. So I'm going to do this. And let's see if this guy survives being the first one of the batch. And then we can compare to those being the last two of the batch. I want to see if position holds a decisive factor on how it sounds. Okay, here he goes. Here goes nothing. No, this is, yes, this is not position. Check this out, guys. And 205G0 and stock. Those two are the best. And they sound the best and they feel the best too. So they do sound better on the right, yes. So this is stock. But you can hear like the scratchiness, right? This is the stock. Can you hear the scratchiness? Okay. And this is G0, 205G0 and 105. And then this is what we're thinking is what we're gonna use. So let's compare those two. Let's actually move them down here. So let's do T3 plus T2 plus T3 against 205 G0. So this is T, the T's, and this is 205 plus 105. Feeling wise, they feel very similar. All right, guys. Does anyone in chat disagree that T2 plus T3 is the one we should move on with? Time for the truth, guys. Do you think we'll have something that sounds good that can potentially replace Krytox? Guys, I think we do have a winner. I'm gonna do one without the ear so I can feel it and listen to it. All right, guys. I think we did find a replacement. It feels like it was lubed with Krytox. Let me type something that is not a typing test. Hold on. Any thoughts on monkeytype.com? I don't know that website. Let's try it. Yeah, I bought this as printer grease, and it comes like this. It comes as 4 different viscosity. I don't know if that's the correct word, but they come as T1, T2, T3, and T4. And that's what we're using. So this is what it looks like on the website. The conclusion is that this is a perfectly fine replacement for Krytox if you can get access to it like the Brazilian community. Do I think that it's a complete replacement for Krytox? No. Krytox, in my opinion, is still better, but this is good enough to compromise for the price. That's what I think. Our job here was to determine, as I said, if this is a good replacement. And I think for the money, and if you can't get access to Krytox, I love this product. You buy it for 12 bucks, you get 4 different types. You go from T1, which is really oily, all the way to T4, which is almost like a block of grease. You can see it here, right? So you can mix and match. If you have patience, you can try to do 30% of one. I was really torn between the T1 and a mix of T2 and T3. We went with the mix, but T1 sounded like a great one to go with if you're doing like one alone. I just wanted to thank everybody